Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. Come on in the room. I have to fix my camera. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. I forgot to fix this camera to make sure that y'all can see me. So let me fix this camera. Hey, there you go. There you go. There you go. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in the room. Come on in. Come on in. Hey, baby. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. It's your girl, Vette Green. Don't worry about what I got going on behind me. Come on in the room. Y'all see, I had to set my ambience up. I got my candle going so the aromatherapy can come on in. Do y'all need aromatherapy to get y'all going in the morning? I got to look in this mirror to make sure I got this right because these bangs, these bangs getting in the way a little bit, but that is all right. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. It's your girl, Vette Green, and this is another episode of the Vette Green Show, y'all. Woo, we got a lot to talk about. Did anybody coming in this morning watch the VP debate last night? I did not. I was having movie night with my man. We had not even thought about the VP election. Woke up this morning and it is like the topic. It is what they are talking about this morning. Hola, baby. Hola. Thank you so much for joining this morning. As y'all know, I have to open it up on Facebook, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Everybody, as you are coming in the chat, let me know where you are with your mental health from 1 to 10. And if there's anybody in the chat that is under a 7, I need everybody to send them some love. Hey, Mansa Simmons. Hey, Lisa Hayes. Hey, Matt Connor. Thank you for joining this morning. This is the Vette Green Show. We are also live on Green Links Media on YouTube. And if you are feeling generous today, go ahead and help me reach my goal of 10 roses. That's it. 10 roses. If we go over and beyond that, kudos to us. That means, what was that? Remember a while back, I think this was during COVID, somebody had walked into a hotel and they just thought that they were going to get a room, even though the room, I don't know. I don't remember what the details were, but this one piece came out and it's above me now. It's above me now. So if we go above the 10, y'all, I'm trying to fix this camera. That means it's above me now. So he said, Big Mike said, I'm at 1,000. I know that's right, honey. Hey, bestie, I see you out there, Miss Johnson. Come on in. Hey, Miss Blobley. Thank you so much for joining today. Hey, Shantisa. Let me go ahead and open this up. Good morning, Joanne. Good morning. Thank you for keeping me on track. Oh my God, y'all. I missed a serious appointment yesterday. I did not realize that it was October 1st yesterday until it was probably 2-3 o'clock. And I'm like, oh, it's the 1st? Still not thinking that a major appointment that I had going on was yesterday. Oh my God, y'all. Thank God I was able to reschedule this. Thank God, because this is an appointment that I have been waiting on for a very long time. It is the neurologist. So back in June and July, I had what they call a mini stroke, and I'm trying to figure out what happened. I've narrowed it down, and this is just me diagnosing myself, y'all, but also to provide awareness to those of you out there who's struggling with certain things, whether it is stress, whether it is, different types of substance abuse. I just want to let you guys know. Thank you, 1.75. I really, really appreciate on 0.75. As we get older, we have to really take care of our body. Oh, thank you so much, 1 point. I appreciate that, Rose. We really have to take care of our body. So I suffered what they call a TIA, a mini stroke, and I need to know why, because there's certain times that the right side of my body, literally, it just will not move. And that's what was going on. So I'm so upset that I missed this appointment. I don't even know what the heck was going on. I've been on this natural high, which is great for me. and totally missed out that I missed this freaking appointment with the neurologist. And the thing that I'm mad about, y'all, it took like 2 months to get this appointment, but thank God I was able to reschedule that appointment. So it's going to be coming up very soon. So pray for me. And hey, Ali Yaya, thank you so much for joining. Hey, Suzanne. Good morning, everybody. Again, as you are coming in, let me know where you are with your mental health from 1 to 10. Today, I can't say I'm at a 10, but I'm not far from it. I'm kind of just dealing with some things because I really wanted to go to this neurologist to find out what it is that, like, what's going on with me? Why am I experiencing this real pain in my right side to the point where my right leg going up from my back, my hip and everything? Joanne says she's coming in at a 10. Okay. Love that. So to the point where my right side, literally, it's like paralyzed, and I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. Now, I've had some surgeries on this side of my body. I talked about this tumor that I had in my right lung. So hey, Jatara, good morning, niece. Thank you so much for joining. I don't know what's going on, but I need a neurologist to tell me, they can dig deep and figure out what is going on, because you don't want to be shackled to any substances. As y'all know, like, that is an issue that I've had in my life. And it's like, I don't want to be shackled to anything, but this pain is real. But tell me what is going on with my body. Tell me what's going on with my body. So I'm glad that I was able to get that appointment out the way. And I'm looking forward to them diagnosing me. Listen, if you need to put the needles in me or whatever it is that neurologists do what it is to let me know why, when my body is just stressed out, because that's when it happened. I was in an enormous amount of stress. And my body, I remember that day, July 4th. It was also the last day that we had all gotten together with my mom as a family. So I've been talking to God about what I was going to say, because I said, you know what? I need to be on here and be open and honest about what it is that I've been going through. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to be open and honest. Let me just share this live out really quickly, everybody. Hey, Don Marco, good morning to you, love. Hey, best friend, I see you out there too. Hey, nephew, I see you out there. Grand Rising, come on in. So I said, you know what, God, I'm just going to let you lead. Hey, JD, Grand Rising to you, love. I said, God, you know what? I'm just going to get up here and I'm just going to let you just do you, God, because whatever it is that's been placed inside of me that somebody else may need to get them through, then I'm just going to be the conduit to it. And just allow God to just do God. So can we just allow the Most High to just do the Most High today? Can we do that? Can we allow the Most High to do the Most High today? So I want to put it out there again, as you all are coming in this room today. I want you to be open and honest, because it's Where You At Wednesdays. And I hope I can find that banner. I'm missing my bro. He was the one that had this stuff going on. I'm missing my bro. He's doing what he has to do to take care of his family right now. But that, do not be alarmed. This is Where You At Wednesday. I have to put that back in there because I don't even see it in here. And I really want to know where you are with your mental health from 1 to 10, because it's the middle of the week. And a lot of times, Monday come, we're like full force. Let's get this thing. It's Monday. Let's go. Tuesday, we still have a little bit of that momentum. Let's go. And then Wednesday, it's like, oh my God, work has been crazy. We working short. Some of you are CNAs or nurses or in the medical field out there, or some of you are in these cubicles and working, or some of you are out in these factories or in restaurants. These 9-to-5 jobs are real. We have these jobs because we have to fund our future, or we have to take care of our families. But we also are just going at it. And we often forget we have to take a breather and say, whew, woosah. Like, JD says she's at a 9. Thank you, Lord. JD was down where Hurricane Helene, we're going to talk about that as well. JD was in the area where she was worried about Hurricane Helene. So we got some real life things going on. So I want you to be open and honest about where you are from 1 to 10 with your mental health, because it really does matter. How many of us out there are caretakers or the support system for a lot of people, a lot of our families? You're what is called the, what do you call the matriarch or the patriarch in your family? That is a very serious role, because you are holding a lot on your shoulders. You know, I want those of you who are out there holding a lot on your shoulders, I want you to be open and honest about where you are. So Al Yaya said they're at a 7. So we need to give Al Yaya some love. Okay. Al Yaya, we are going to give you some love. Miss Johnson, my bestie, said she's coming in at a 5. So listen, y'all, those of us who are not at 7 or better, I want you all to give those who are not at that place some love. Send some positivity, give them a nudge and say it's going to be okay. No matter where you are right now, it's going to be okay, because it really is. We're having these human experiences, and it can be tough at times. I talk about it all the time because of my own depression, my own mental health issues that I struggle with. So I talk about it. I like to be open and honest. So Ali Yaya and Miss Johnson, best friend, I'm going to send you some love right now and let you know that whatever it is that you are going through, that it too shall pass. I promise you that. You know, don't stay stuck in it. On Point said that they're at an 8. There's a lot of people. See, this is why I like to have this Where You At Wednesday, because it's hard, y'all. It is tough. A lot of times we look at television and everything looks perfect. Hey, Suzanne coming in from Nashville. Thank you so much for joining. A lot of times, you know, what you see on TV, it just looks perfect, right? Everything's perfect. Nobody's doing anything that would be called, you know, not normal. But what is normal? Can we get some real normal out here and let everybody know that you don't have to be perfect, that it is okay to not be perfect, right? Don Marco saying facts. A lot of us are dealing with the loss of a loved one. I was watching last night, me and my daughter, we were watching Carlos King interview with Melissa Ford. Some of you who are my age may know who Melissa Ford is. You know, Melissa Ford was one of those video vixens back in the 90s and early 2000s. She was coming up. And she talks a little bit about what she has been going through. She recently lost her mom, and it resonated with me because, you know, as my mom started transitioning, at the same time, I was building out this business, Green Links Media. I was over on different networks at the time, but also dealing with the transition of my mom. And it was tough. You want to build the business, but at the same time, real life is happening. You know, the business is real life, but this is realer life, because the person that's always been your person is now not that strong person that she's always been. So I was dealing with that. And that's what a lot of what, hey, Miss Arkansas, thank you so much for joining. I'm going to invite you to come on live as a guest. For those of you, I'm going to go back to what I was saying, but for those of you that do not know who Miss Arkansas is, she was my co-host over on the Morning Show podcast. So seeing my mom transition really affected me greatly. Oh, love, I'm so glad that you're coming on this morning. How are you?
Girl, I am in the bed.
Are you? Well, that is okay. How are you holding up, love?
I saw you live and I heard you talking about when people go home to be with the Lord. And Sunday, a very, very good friend of mine, Mr. James Banks, he had called me on Sunday morning, like at 3 a.m., asking me to take him to the hospital, saying his tooth was hurting. Mm-hmm. And I say, Mr. James, you ain't took nothing? Because I was tired. I had been out all night, you know, trying to do this and do that, and was at an award show. And I wanted to go to church that morning, so I wasn't trying to get up. So I said, Mr. Jane, you ain't take none? He said, yeah, I took some Tylenol. I said, well, it ain't going to work soon as you put it in your mouth. You got to lay down somewhere and let it do what it's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And by him always doing something for me, you know, he felt like I supposed to been jumped when he asked me to do that.
Which
and
happens,
he got an attitude and said, bye, like that. But make a long story short, when I got to church, before I could get out my car, his daughter called me and said he had an accident and passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And I cried all day Sunday, all night Sunday, Monday. And I had to realize that it wasn't my fault because I did say lay down. But I was thinking he always do something for me and I couldn't take him to the hospital. But like I say, I had to quit beating myself up and realize that my last words were lay down somewhere, you know, and he chose not to lay down. But when I tell you I understand what you're talking about, you know, I done lost many loved ones, and being this one right here, it hit me real hard because ain't nothing that man wouldn't do for me. We wasn't even dating. And I was telling somebody yesterday, I said next to God, it was Mr. James. You know, that's how amazing he was. And everybody in town loved him, and the whole town is sad about it.
I'm so sorry that you are dealing with that, Ms. Arkansas. You know, that pain. A lot of times we don't talk about the guilt part that be heavy on us because we have to. But the one thing I want to say to you, Ms. Arkansas, is that you yourself were not in a good place. So you had to put the oxygen mask back on yourself, right? You had to. And you did that. And there's nothing wrong with choosing you sometimes. You know, a lot of times, and I talk about this, a lot of times we've been so conditioned to not think of ourselves, to not be selfish and think of ourselves. And then when you have someone pass away, that guilt is a part of the grieving process. And that's something that I'm dealing with myself. You know, time and time again, I think, and I'm so happy that, you know, my oldest daughter was there with my mom much of the time. She was staying with her, thank God, you know. So, you know, I have a chance to talk with my oldest daughter and say, you know, well, you know, what was going on? Hey, bro, we miss you. Oh, I miss you so much, Franklin. You know, because we deal with that. Hey, Yaya. Hey, Yana. Good morning to you, love.
And you know what, sister? I was getting ready to call him back because I didn't like how he said bye. Then I said, no, Lord, I'll wait till after church and check on him. And then I was getting ready to call him and say, I'll ride with you. But he had a Camaro, and I done been in that car many times, and he have been going like 100 in it. And the last few times I rode with him, I realized he was asleep. You know, he had got sleep, that acne or whatever they call it. And I feel like that's what happened that morning because they said that it was a car in front of him and he was going so fast. And 9 out of 10, he had went to sleep. And the car that was in front of him tried to get over, but he was going so fast, the car didn't have time to get over. And he hit that car flipped over, and he passed away immediately. And I was just thanking God because even if I had a road with him at 4 in the morning, I couldn't watch him, and I would have been trying to watch the road or whatever, and I was so tired. Who to say I wouldn't have been sleep riding with him, you know? So it could have been both of us. So you just have to take our time and think of the big picture and thank God that you still here, you know?
Yes, that's the acceptance part. So I want to do a quick overview just because, you know, like I said, I've been praying on this and I said, you know what, I'm just going to let the Most High just lead to where we are because we do have a lot to talk about. And they're saying in the chat, Ms. Arkansas, that they're so sorry for your loss. And I do want to just, you know, send you some love and light because I know that it can weigh heavy on you when you experience loss because you go through that woulda, coulda, shoulda. You know, what could I have done?
You know what, sister, not cutting you off. I got a show Friday here in Arkansas at the north of the city. And he was the first one to purchase a ticket from me for that show. He always supported me. And he had other people that was going to get tickets from him and this and that and that. So I went over to Walmart yesterday and printed out a picture of him and put it in a frame. And I'm going to put it on the table where I'll be sitting. And I won't let no one sit in that seat because if he's alive, that's where he would be sitting. So I'm going to do that. And my prayers is with the family. And, you know, I just thank God that he allowed me to meet his daughter a few months ago, because she was able to call me and she said she knew I would want to know it before I heard it somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank y'all so much.
Oh, Miss Arkansas, we are sending your love. Everybody's in the chat saying that they are sorry for your loss and sending you some love. And you know, we got you over here at Green Links. You are still a part of the family. You are still a part of the family. Trust and believe that.
You know I love you and the Joker.
Yeah, we are getting it together. We are definitely getting it together, you guys. For those of you, and I know JD, you speak highly on your page, so make sure you guys are also following JD, because JD talks about grief and the loss of a parent. Because a lot of us, we don't want to. I think about people, like I'm at this huge age of 48 and I lost my mom in July. And when I tell you, I deal with it every single day. Every single day. You know, I'm at a point now where I'm not crying every day, but it's still, I guess I'm at the part where they're saying, I'm at the bargaining part. So there's 5 stages of grief, everybody. There's the denial. The denial is where a person may feel numb or try to go on as if nothing happened. It's like you don't even acknowledge that this person is no longer here. That's the denial part. Then there's the anger. And I find myself in that anger part a little bit more frequently, especially like when I have to go to her house, to the building, because I still have loved ones there. It's a little bit of anger sometimes. So that anger, a person may feel anger at the person who died, or you feel anger like, why my mom, or why my dad, or why that person that I love so much is no longer here. Because it's not just, it's loved ones, anybody that you loved on. It can be a freaking dog and a cat. You know, people are dealing with this, with grief, because they lost their like my fur babies are my family. Right. And then there's the bargaining. A person may make deals with themselves or a higher power to feel less sad or have a different outcome. So that bargaining. And then there's the depression, where you feel sadness and longing, and you may isolate yourself. That's definitely where I'm at right now. And then there's the acceptance, when you accept the reality of the loss and you learn to live with it. I think I'm in between all of that, because I experience some of that all the time. Yaya Boo said yes. Yaya Boo.
You know what, Queen?
Mm-hmm.
My mother passed 31 years ago on my birthday while I was incarcerated. And I almost lost my mind. And like I say, even though it's been 31 years ago, it's like certain time it seemed like it was 30 minutes ago. And then, like, say for instance, when my birthday come around, it really hits me, because you know I want to turn up, but then I realized my mom went home to be with the Lord on that day. But then I have to realize that she want me to do this and that and that. You know what I'm saying? So I gone on and try to have a good time, but it never goes away. My dad, he passed years after my mom did, and he was sick, but they said the sickness didn't even take him out. And it was a broken heart, because they was married 52 years.
Oh, I feel that.
So it don't never go away. I just find God to be true at his word, because he said, when you are motherless, I'll be your mother. When you are fatherless, I'll be your father. So I just take him at his word, you know. And he has truly been there for me and still with me. So
amen to that. I invited Yaya Boo up here. Hey, Kitty Queen, good morning to you, love. I see you over there on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining. I invited Yaya Boo up here because we
you ain't got got your camera on. You still in the bed too?
She probably coming from work.
I work nights, so yeah, I'm laying down. I ain't got no shirt on.
Oh Lord.
Yaya Boo, thank you so much for joining. The reason why I invited Yaya Boo up here because we know each other personally, and I know that she was very, 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 very young when she lost her mom. And on top of that, she lost her mom, and she had young siblings that were up under her that were suddenly, I feel like Yaya Boo, like they were suddenly thrust into your care at such a young age. You know, so yeah, so if you can just lend, just some advice to anyone that might be struggling, because how old were you when your mom transitioned?
So I wasn't that young when I was young. I was 26.
That is young. I'm a big 48. That's young.
I was 26. There's only a 14, 15-year gap between me and my mom. So it was a struggle growing up with somebody that was growing up. Right. So our relationship was rocky for a long time. But what helps me, and I know I'm gonna cry, but what helps me is my mom died February 3rd, 2007. January 1st, 2007, at 12 midnight, I was in the choir stand at church. And it wasn't midnight yet. It was about 3 minutes. And I hugged my friend. I said, Simone, I love you, but God telling me to go see my mother. And my mom lived across the street. Ooh. I ran to my mother's house, and when she opened that door, the look on her face was like peace for some reason. And I knew my mom was sick. But it was like, it wasn't bad to where I thought she would have been gone a month later. You know what I'm saying? So what she said was, she said, you know what, son told me you was about to come through this door. That's why I got up and stood in the door.
Ooh, look at God.
And, we hugged each other, and she said, I love you, daughter. And I said, I love you, Mom. And we bust out crying. I hadn't heard that I love you from my mom in quite some time. I'll just say that. Not because she didn't love me or anything like that, but because of how it was at that time. I was basically on my own, you know what I'm saying, at that time, from her raising other kids and stressful and all that other stuff. But that's the one memory that I bask in. And I said that was God letting me know, you have to say goodbye now. You have to say I love you now and not be done with it, but bask in those good memories. Bask in those happy times when that look on her face let me know that I made her proud somewhere in my life.
Yeah, you did. She was proud of you.
You know what I'm saying? And I would be damned if I had to let my siblings go to the YT people. Yeah. I'm gonna tell y'all that. And it was a struggle being 26 years old, never had a kid, never raised no kids, but I always kept kids, but I didn't know what I was doing. These were almost grown people. You know what I'm saying? So and
used to being in a certain environment.
Times. I'm telling you, my mom was loved by a lot of people. And I know a lot of people on her Facebook probably said, that Lisa, my mom was a very good person, regardless of what she did in her lifetime, right or wrong in the streets or
she whatever. Was a beautiful person.
My mother was a good person. My mother was a very good person, and she loved her community. She loved the people in her community. I don't know if Tamara on here. Tamara came from New York City or whatever, didn't know nobody. My mother loved on Tamara so much. Tamara talk about my mother every time I see her. Yep. So
that was.
Just basking those good times. I really miss my mom, and I still struggle because I never got a chance to really, really grieve. I had to go in adult mode. I was an adult, but I had to really, really go in adult mode. I didn't really work or nothing before my mom passed. I had little jobs here and there because I had my aunt and I had my mom, and they was gonna make sure I was all right, So, my advice to anybody: bask in the good memories. Bask in the good. Don't try to go back to those bad memories because I mean, sometimes when I go to work, y'all know I work for the same company where I last seen my mom. So when I go to work, especially if it's snowing, I try to close my eyes until I get in the building. I almost know where I'm going because I remember that day and I remember the last thing that I saw.
Oh, man, Queen.
But bask in those good times. That's my advice to anybody going through losing a parent or even a child, because I mean, I don't know what that is to have one or to lose one, but bask in those good memories. Always remember the good times, you know, and it helps me to talk to him, even though I know she ain't here, she's not gonna answer me. But I do talk to my mom still.
I still listen. I feel like my mom in here hiding stuff from us and stuff, Yana. And I can attest, Lisa, when I went to your mom's funeral, that made me realize, and also it inspired me to do more. You know what I mean? Because the love, the outpouring of love from everybody. I remember it was a Saturday, and the outpouring of love that was felt in Mount Olive that day. I said, that is a queen right there. And Lisa did stuff from her heart. She really did. Like we all have our issues. We all have our issues, y'all. Nobody is perfect. And Tamara is on. Yes, she is. And she said, yes, we miss her and her salmon cakes. And yes, Lisa would feed you. Lisa go take care of them kids. Lisa was just that type of woman. Lisa was just that type of woman, and her untimely passing at such a young age, it rocked everybody. And everyone who Lisa touched in some kind of way felt it. And you felt it in Mount Olive that day. I have never, even to this day, I have never seen a funeral that had that much love inside of it. Even until this day, never ever. Standing room only.
Standing room only.
That is love.
I say standing room only. I mean, you were standing at the back. You was leaning against the wall because there wasn't nowhere to sit.
Oh, it was never ever. And that was what 14 years ago?
My sister and them, they say I still got mama in me, because like if it's storming or something, mama used to say, get somewhere and sit down while the Lord do his work. And then, it's storm all the time here in Arkansas. So I tell them that, get somewhere and sit down while the Lord doing his work.
Ooh.
And they say, that's mama.
I received that. I want to read some of these messages because everybody's giving y'all some love. Tina T said good morning to everybody. They're sending green hearts. JD said definitely helps to bask in those memories. JD also said what helped me is to think of what my dad would say to me if he was here. Yes, that's definitely something. I hear things that my mom told me in those last few weeks more and more often. I couldn't, like my mom, she told us. She told us, and I'm gonna try not to cry, y'all. Y'all know I am a big crybaby, but she told us that she is like, the way I'm feeling, my nickname is Booby. She said, I'm not going to be here at the end of the month. This is July. She had gotten sick for her birthday, and now it's June. July's coming. So I'm telling the kids, I'm like, Granny is talking this talk, but this time something felt different. She kept going back and forth into the hospital, and by this time, like, she was literally disabled. Like, my mom could not do anything. And I said, God, I'm gonna let you lead this, because this is what's sitting on my heart, y'all. And I'm gonna tell everybody right now, this is what's been paining me. So July 4th, I had the mini stroke. At that very same day, my mom fell outside. She fell. She July 4th. She said she coming out her house, and she wheeled herself down here with my daughter. She came down here in her motorized chair. There's a broken sidewalk next door to me. And I know we probably should have a case and all of that, but it is so much to that. There's a broken sidewalk. And my mom ended up coming over that sidewalk and being thrown out of her chair. At the very same time, y'all, I was already hurting. I already was telling my son, I said, something is going on with my right side. I remember I tried to get up after my son, thankfully, Tamara and my son, who works in that business, and my two sons and Tamara was able to get my mom up because they work in the business. Right. And so we all in my yard, and I try and get up, and I'm like, something is going on. So I am literally dragging my right leg. I end up going to the hospital. Now, any parent knows this. I don't care what age you are going to be a parent to that child. And I feel what's paining me is that me and my mom ended up in the hospital at the very same time. My mom worried about me, and she did not want me stressed out. She's like, no, my daughter's having a stroke and she's taking care of all of this stuff. Like, that is what's paining me. That the guilt of her being worried about me, and her also being sick, that maybe that transitioned her even quicker. So that's what's been bothering me, y'all. That's the guilt part that's been bothering me, because no parent, she didn't want to be like that. Like, my mom just did not want to live like that, where she was being taken care of fully. Like, nothing she could do. And when I say nothing,
that's because she always took care of somebody.
Yes. Oh my God, Yana, is that what it is? Oh,
I think it's
and that's what, and she did always take care of somebody.
I'll never forget sister. Sister was me growing up, I would say that she was one of them adults that you seen that you was probably scared to say something to, but when you talked to her, she was sweet as pie. Wow. And I can remember, I used to laugh, no disrespect, but I used to laugh at your mom at church. Yeah. I
got to go.
She spoke her mind. And she used to sing this song, when my work down here is done. I don't know if you remember this.
Ooh.
And the victory is won. I'm on my way to be with the Lord. I don't know if you remember that. I was a baby, young. And that was her song. And nobody sang it like Sister Green.
Ooh.
You hear me? At the end of that song, the special say, I gotta go. I gotta go.
Yes, that's the song. What's the name of?
She said, I gotta go. She looked at the musician. He kept on playing. She said, I gotta go.
She really had to go that day.
Dropped that mic and walked out the church.
She had to go to work. Yana, you remember that? Yeah, bro.
But I still remember that.
Oh my God. Oh, I love you, lady. Thank you so much. I needed that this morning. Oh my God. We got a lot of messages. I know I said I was just gonna let God lead this. JD is saying, it definitely helps to bask in those memories, but it still hurts 10 years later. Honestly, I hear that, JD. Yaya Boo is saying it's been 2007 for you.
Yeah, she was, Big Mike. She was a wonderful lady. But I tell you that it's a message in that. When my work down here is done, and the victory is won, I'm on my way. And guess what? Her work was done. And she did a great job. And he said, well done, thy good and faithful servant. Let's go.
Ooh, you got me ugly crying.
No more suffering. No more none of that.
Oh, wait.
She ain't got to worry about that. She ain't got to worry about falling out no chairs, because she ain't got no chairs. She using her legs now.
And you know what? Well, that's one of the things. Oh, go ahead, Miss Arkansas.
I was just gonna say, when I was incarcerated, I was a disobedient kid. I wasn't like bad. I just sneak out the house, go be with the boys. You know what I'm trying to say? And
what we all did.
Right, when I was in prison, I asked my mother before she passed away to forgive me. Even though I was grown, I still wanted to ask her to forgive me. And she said, babe, I forgave you a long time ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So to know that she forgave me, that helped me a lot too. And I just want to say this to both of y'all and everybody that had a loved one to go on home before us. I always tell people, because they say if you live right, you'll see your mom, dad, or whoever that went on to be with the Lord, again. I always tell them, I think I'm going to be so glad to see Jesus. I'm going to run past Mama Neil.
Okay.
I just, not to change the subject or nothing, but I see Yaya said y'all got me teary-eyed today. Yaya got a face full of tears.
Man.
I just wanted to give some flowers real quick to my sister Circle. And that's, y'all see her down there, Yaya.
Yes.
Sapphire Reports, Tina T. Wow. And y'all haven't met Anita yet, but that's my sister Circle. And I thank God every day for them. When I have a problem and I call them, they do what they can to try to help me out of a situation, and I love them dearly, dearly, and I would not trade them for the world. And we didn't grow together, but we here together.
But y'all know each other. Exactly. God will send you your trial.
And I think, like I said, I thank God every day for y'all. If y'all in here listening, I love y'all, and them my new mamas.
I know that's right.
Them my new mamas, Tina T, that's my new mama.
I know that's right. And we gonna send you some love.
You know?
We gonna send you some love, Tina T. And Yaya Boo, I received everything that you done poured into me today. I love you, long life. I needed to hear that because I remember that song. In the conversations, like I kept having to tell my mom, because I knew she was worried about me. I tell my sister all the time, like, you the strong one. Like, she's strong like my mom. I'm the crybaby. I'm strong in my own area. And I kept having to tell my mom that I am okay. And you singing that song just helped me reaffirm to what it was. Like, I felt like, and me and my sister had a conversation about this. I felt like my mom was holding on for a very long time for me until she realized, and Big Mike has something to do with that also. You know, she realized that my baby gonna be okay.
And you are.
And I am, sis. I receive that, y'all. I receive all of that, you know.
And you know what, Queen? When my mom passed away, it was my birthday and my sister was pregnant. She said, one of y'all was pregnant. And she told me to go in there and look in the deep freezer and take out some neck bones. She was going to get up and cook them. And then I said, Mom, ain't no neck bones in there. And then she said, don't worry about it. And that night I ended up getting in some trouble. And I say it on here as I've been saying it over 30 years. I don't even know if the bullet that came from my gun took that young lady's life. You know what I'm saying? It was some more shooting going on. But I was decent enough to ask her mom and her kids to forgive me if it did. And my mother lived right in the area where the shooting happened. And the only thing I found funny out of my situation was, you know, back in the day, they used to leave the doors unlocked, fans in the windows, all kind of stuff, because you was able to trust people.
Back then you could.
And, I just took off running, and I ran in my mother's house, and she heard the gunshot. And she said, oh, Lord, James, Cynthia been shot. I said, Mama, calm down. I ain't been shot. I think I done shot somebody. And she said, oh, Lord, I got to keep them children.
The grandkids. The grandkids. That, see?
Oh, Lord, right. I said, no, she did say she got to keep the children.
Listen, I thank God.
Incarcerated, that's who had my kids, so she pretty much helped raise them while I was away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like when Mama gone, everybody's gone, man.
Yeah, you gotta have a new matriarch. JD said,
all y'all that still got your mothers, please cherish her.
Cherish your
love
mother.
On her. I don't care about no arguments, no past trauma or whatever. We all can overcome something. It's a healing time for everything. So cherish your mom while you still got her, because when she gone, that's it. That's it.
And just know when she trying to tell you something, she ain't trying to tell you nothing wrong. It's gonna be something that's gonna help you later on in life, if not that day.
Yeah.
Because I still say stuff my mother said. That's just like when I'm going through different changes, it come back to my remembrance how my mother used to always tell me, trust God when you can't trust yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I've learned to do that too. You know, I ain't perfect. I ain't what I should be. I ain't what I used to be. But every day I wake up, I ask God to help me be what He wants me to be.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? And I thank God for you, Queen, because I already know I can call on you. You know what I'm saying? And
amen.
We ain't always got to laugh and talk. We could just pray, or we could just listen to what each other got to say, or just be an ear. Because sometimes you just need someone to listen to you.
And understand. And understand. One of the last things my mom told me is because I couldn't hide anything from my mom. My face just tells everything. And I'm sitting in there with her. She's in the bed. And she was like, what's going on? I said, oh, nothing, Mom, because I would go in there and try to figure. I could tell something going on. I see it in your face. And she got to telling me how she was feeling that morning. She said, and you know what I said? I said, get ye behind me, devil. So the next time you feeling away, you say, "Get ye behind me, devil." So you know what I've been telling every single morning? Get ye behind me, devil. And then her best friend, Joanne, said something similar. And I said, you know, it came up twice in the conversation for me this week. And I said, you know what? That's my mom reminding me to say, "Get ye behind me, devil." I want to read some of the comments. And thank you, everybody that's tuning in this morning, whether you are on Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok. JD said, "Yaya boo, your mama knew you were well equipped to take care of them. God don't make mistakes, right?" Amen to that. Amen to that. Everybody. JD also said, "It seems like whenever a loved one dies, a new addition comes, in my experience anyway." Yeah. And it does not necessarily have to be someone from your family. It's just like someone comes to help take that place. And Big Mike said, yes, she is. That I okay. Oh, Ali, yeah, I can't wait to meet you as well. And I'm a hugger. I am definitely a hugger. She said, "Y'all got me teary-eyed." Amen, Miss Johnson said, "My bestie." Big Mike said, "I was so glad to meet her. She was a wonderful lady. And there is nowhere she would have wanted to be, but next to her baby." Amen. Amen. Hey, Saeed, I didn't know you were on here this morning. This is hey, Leah. Thank you so much for joining this morning. This has been something, a cleansing. I said, God, I just want you to just do you, because there's so much going on.
This was a video you had already did, and I was coming on to check my stuff.
Sis, this is God led you to listen.
Say my name, and I had to go and click on. But if I knew you was live, I would have been more. I would have been up and been beautified, having a little wig on and stuff.
Listen, come on Friday. Come join me Friday. Join me Friday, sis, at 9. I'll send you the link. Okay. Let me ask you guys. Now, y'all feel welcome to stay on, because there are a few things that I wanted to talk about, namely this suit. Now, y'all know a lawyer announced 120 new suits against Diddy. Y'all notice? I mean, there's men and women involved in this, y'all.
Right.
And it's what do y'all think? Do y'all think it's a money grab? A little bit of both?
It could be a money grab. It could be a money grab, but I really think that people were scared to use their voice, and now that other people is coming up front, everybody else is go join the bandwagon. Not even bandwagoning, but being able to feel comfortable with telling their story. That's what I think about it all. Like, I just think that people are comfortable with telling their story, but you're gonna have those scragglers. But he did say something about that they were going to be going in depth for the people who are pointing the finger, that said he did this, he did that. They're going to vet you and make sure that you're telling the truth. So
yeah,
if you ain't telling the truth, take your horse out the fight.
Yeah, I believe.
Take your horse out the race, I meant. But yeah, if you ain't telling the truth, just go ahead and do that, because you will be the one in the spotlight next if you're lying.
The lawyer's name is Tony Busby. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play a little bit of it.
He's a new lawyer. That's what was reported lately, because that one that he had running his mouth,
doing some TMZ interviews and stuff.
Yeah, he said Diddy didn't need no $1,000 of baby oil. He said you can do a lot with one bottle. I said, he letting everybody know he work his work.
The biggest secret in the entertainment.
So this is the lawyer's name. His name is Tony Busby.
Secret at all.
I'm playing a little bit of the video.
The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward. Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us with people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs. After vetting, we now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants as we file these individual cases.
Now I'm going to stop sharing because he goes on to say that they are talking about some high profile people, y'all.
Right.
They're talking about some high profile people, and some of these names that's just being, you know, a lot of people went to these parties, to these Diddy parties. We have to keep that in mind also. Just because they went to these parties does not mean they engaged in the extracurricular activity that went on afterwards.
Well, they had to silence her because she had all the
yeah. And like you said, Queen, allegedly, remember we was trying to say that word on our show.
Allegedly, yes, allegedly.
LeBron James supposed to have been accepted $1 million to let him bend him over.
Oh, wait.
You know, that's what's coming out now. But my thing is, I got my own problems. I can't really be concerned about these people because a lot of time we get caught up in other folks' mess and then we all out of shape. You know what I'm saying? So I pretty much want to just lay back and see it work itself out.
Yeah.
Like you say, everything done in the dark gonna come to the light, and whatever swept under a rug gonna be uncovered. So
yeah,
let's just watch it and watch all these folks do like a domino when you hit them, when you stack them all up, how they gonna just roll. So
yeah, Big Mike said, I know. He said, I know they need to give Wendy Williams show back and make Jaguar write her. Ooh, could you imagine Wendy and Jaguar together? Ooh, child.
That said, if Jaguar right, lying on y'all, why ain't nobody sued her yet?
Nobody.
Right.
Nobody has sued her. You know what bothers me a lot? The allegation she said about Will and Jaden Smith. That bothers me, because if you think about it, you know, people these type of things happen everywhere. So why would it not happen in Hollywood?
Right.
You know what I mean? Think about it. Like, how many of us know people that have been abused or any type of where you were touched in a way that you did not deem appropriate? How many of us know people like that? Do we not think it's not happening in that industry?
Right.
You know, so that bothers me a lot. Big Mike said, true. That part is true. Coming after me. Yeah, he has some stories about, you know, working with
I lived in California for 13 years, and when I tell you I saw some things, and I always tell like my grandchildren, I say I don't care if 1 million people doing something and saying it's right. If I tell you it's wrong, your parents tell you it's wrong, God says it's wrong, guess what? It's wrong. Mm-hmm. And I'm so grateful that my mother raised me like that, because I would have been already rich, famous, broken, probably dead. You know what I'm saying? If she didn't raise me that way with some of the stuff some of them people wanted me to do. You know what I'm saying? So these folks ain't lying on them people. You know what I'm saying? I've been talking about a lot of them for over 30 years because that's how long I've been doing comedy. But, you know, little me, you know what I'm saying? They think I'm just angry. I ain't angry now. A lot of this stuff I done said, other people saying it, and because they been on TV or whatever, they feel like they is telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like they thought Cat Williams was lying about a lot of this stuff. Cat wasn't lying about a lot of that stuff.
Cat took the box.
He was offered 50 million 3 times.
Come on now,
man.
He had no reason to lie. He already got money. You know.
He took the box off of Pandora. What do y'all think about John Amos? Rest in peace to John Amos.
John Amos.
Yes. Did y'all see that? So they just announced that he passed away, but did y'all notice the date? He passed away in August.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he passed away. And they're just now talking about. Remember, there was some talk in the media some months back. I believe the family may have been trying to get power of attorney or something was going on, but apparently he passed away August 21st, and they're just talking about it. Now, I don't know what happened here it is, October 1st, and it's just being announced, but yeah, he passed away.
They said the same thing about James Earl Jones, that when they announced his passing, that he had been gone.
Wow.
But I don't know how true that is.
Wow. See that?
Some comment these people crazy.
Yeah. And some of y'all, I remember him from yeah, he worked on Roots. A lot of us remember him on Good Times. Yeah, that is I don't know why they are just announcing it, but yeah, rest in peace to John Amos. He passed away back in August, but we were just informed. Everybody, the world was just informed. Now there's a new documentary coming out. We're going to be closing this out early. Let me just read some of these comments that are coming on. Big Mike said, Miss Arkansas knows if you're in that industry, you know. If you in the industry, you already know what be going on. And Ali Yaya said, yes, in August. That is crazy. Hey, Janine and Linda the Oreo, thank you so much for joining this morning. So apparently there's a Chris Brown documentary. I think that they should leave him alone. Unless he's really out there being heinous or something like that, why can't you leave this man's past alone? You know, people have the ability to change.
Yeah.
But there's a documentary that's going to be coming up very, very soon. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that they should just leave him alone?
I mean, is it like he's still out there, like just doing stuff? Like, I mean, I'm not for sure that, like, even the whole thing with him hitting that Rihanna or whoever, but they said she put her hands on him first. So if she did that, no, he's not right for beating her or whatever. But at the same time, you gotta, us as women, we gotta keep our hands to ourselves.
That part, Yana, that's what my mama said.
Because everybody teach their kids, not their daughters, their kids. If somebody hits you, hit them back.
Yeah.
And you know what, Queen? My thing is, if they started talking about him, he needs to do just like me. Tell your own story. That way can't nobody tell your story. That's why I always let people know it's been over 30 years since I had cocaine. It's been over 20 years, no marijuana. It's been 7 years and 5 months, no alcohol. I used to shoplift to take care of my children. I ain't stole nothing over 20 years. And on that good note, I'm in a movie that's getting ready to come out on Netflix.
Oh,
praise be unto God. So,
Miss Arkansas.
I know that's right, Miss Arkansas. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Audacity Books and Merch, thank you so much for joining. That's what I say. I can tell my story better than anybody. I know my struggles, and I'm very open and honest about the struggles. I know what it is that I'm dealing with. I know. Every single day, I know. Okay, they're saying congratulations to you, Miss Arkansas.
Thank you.
Miss Johnson said that part.
Oh, yeah, got a movie coming out too. She in a movie too.
Oh,
her other family here on TikTok, they did a movie. Actually, they started it and they did it at their their meet and greet.
Okay.
And it'll be coming out, I think next year. Yeah.
Oh, well, you need to come on over to the Vet Green Show so we can talk about that. I love to have guests on here.
Yep.
Oh, to God be the glory on Tubi. Okay, yeah. That is what's up.
Put it on Tubi, but he got it going to Netflix. And I just give God praises because God will use anybody to get you where he wants you to be. And I just feel like this movie gonna open the door for me to do my comedy special on Netflix.
That's what's up.
That is what's up. So comedy movie called Saturday. Oh, I cannot wait. Make sure you send me the trailer and I got to get you on so we can talk about this movie and how this even came to be. I love to have guests because one thing I do realize is that you have to have representation. Like you have to see people doing things that you aspire to do. Growing up in the Gates Avenue projects, unfortunately, I didn't get to see a lot of who I wanted to be. So I just fell into line of what I saw everybody else doing. You get a job, you have babies as a teenager. You know, it's a whole thing to that. I talk about this environment all the time, but we need people like Ali Yaya, who's got a movie coming out on Tubi in 2025. Miss Arkansas, you know what I mean? Like we need to see representation.
Queen, not cutting you off. It was my sister Carolyn's birthday. That day I had to do like my second scene in there, and I was taking her out to eat, but I stopped by where we were shooting it, and guess what? My sister in the movie.
Oh, that is what's up.
That's the best birthday gift she ever been given.
That is what's up. So as we are closing out, everybody, I do want to let you all know that my bro will be on today. Queen City Pop Radio Waves Takeover on WBNY 91.3 FM. Download the Radio FX app. He will be there with Sugar D Lip and the Queen Kitty Quinn today from 4 p.m. until 6 p.m. Make sure you tune into WBNY 91.3 FM for the Queen City Radio Waves Takeover. I do believe that they have a guest coming. You will see if you tune in. On top of that, y'all, guess what else is going on? I'm so excited about this. Villa Maria College has the second monthly installment of the Hip Hop Creative Alliance. Listen, y'all, get involved. Get involved in what's going on in the community. There's a lot of talent in the community of 716. On top of that, they're bringing talent outside of the community to collab together.
That's what's up.
Right. And then on top of that, if you are a student in Western New York, you get in for free. You get in for, if you are a vendor, there is no charge to vend. Like, they really just want to help people and collaborate for this creative alliance. It's a hip hop creative alliance. It is happening Friday, October 18th from 6 to 9. The entry is $10. Now, I can say it's only $10, but I know for some of us, $10 is a lot. But for some of us, $10 is like, okay, that's coffee for a couple of days. It is going down Friday, October 18th at Villa Maria College at 240 Pine Ridge Avenue. Some of the people that will be performing that day is Ali Black. What? I'm going to play an Ali Black song, Metaverses. Listen, Ali Black, if you are into lyricists and that type of music, Ali Black is a GOAT in Buffalo. You know, I did an interview with Ali Black, and he talks about how he went away for a while and how he had to come back, and he was struggling with imposter syndrome. Like, he really is. I feel like he is destined to be a GOAT coming out of 716. Jay Gunner. I've listened to some music. Shaf Baked. Not really familiar with who Shaf Baked is. Got to go down the rabbit hole. DJ Apollo is going to be there. YNX 716, another lyricist coming out of Buffalo, with special guest performance. Teyamo Denku. I was listening to his music this morning. Definitely something to listen to. Pestilence and John Jiggs as well, y'all. Listen, get involved. It's only $10. Support the cause. Get out and find out what's really going on in Buffalo. Friday, October 18th from 6 to 9 at Villa Maria College. It is the Hip Hop Creative Alliance. Big shout out to CJ Bakes and Chucky Campbell for even bringing this initiative to light. This is something that the students that are at Villa Maria College can also get involved in. So if you are going for videography, photography, anything creative, you can get involved in this. So I'll be talking more about this. You'll be seeing more coming out. Again, I want to thank Yaya Boo for just breathing life into me this morning. Queen, you don't even know what you did. Miss Arkansas. Queen, you don't even know what you did. It was nothing but God putting you both on here because I needed y'all this morning. Man, I gotta get my little plugs in before I get on. Yes, please tell everybody what you got going on, because I know you be moving and grooving, Miss Arkansas.
Well, you know, I like saying if God say the same, because you never know what's going to happen today, let alone tomorrow. But if he agree, I have my own show that I promoted and produced and all that this Friday at the North of the City in North Little Rock, Arkansas. Then if he agree, October the 18th, I am in Pine Bluff, Arkansas with the blues singer Karen Wolf, the UAPB homecoming weekend. And then the 26th, if he agree, I'm in Vegas. November the 2nd, I will be hosting a show in Meridian, Mississippi with Zap Anthology and Terrence Davis. And if you have a budget and you booking, hey, make sure you book Miss Arkansas.
Period.
Okay. Miss Arkansas said, don't think that just because you don't see her popping off that she ain't popping up. Okay. Okay. And me and Yaya Boo working on some things. You know, if God says the same, we gonna be announcing some things. You know, if God says the same, we definitely.
I can say this to anybody that's listening. In July, well, formerly I was with a platform called the Sweat Rag Lounge. Some things happening. That's that. But a few of us are still. We did meet and greets. This would have made our third one. So some of us are still going to go ahead and meet. So if you're not doing nothing July 17th through the 20th, Buffalo, New York, you want to come out and hang with us for the weekend, come on. That's 716 week. It's a lot going on in the city, and we just trying to have a good time. So
and we'll
get more information out soon. And like Vette said, we're working on some stuff to try to have some activities going to where you'll be able to meet my sister circle and a bunch of more sisters, and honestly, whoever want to come, y'all, just hit me up. We're gonna be putting some things together, but just putting that in the air. We're gonna have a good time because that's what we like to do.
I might make my way back out there.
Come on back. This time you're gonna be able to see Niagara Falls. Okay, that's definitely going to be.
We're definitely hitting up Niagara Falls, and if you got your passport, we go hit Clifton Hill too.
Ooh, I haven't been to Clifton Hill in years.
I just went and did my little picture and paid my money. I'm waiting on it to come in the mail. And it was funny because my sister say, "Be careful where you go, sister, because I ain't got nothing on no ransom." She say, I can see me and my kids. She said, I can see me and my kids and grandkids on the corner talking about free Miss Arkansas. And look, and you know, I got that bullet. I pull out my bra for props. She told my brother, talking about, then she gonna be over there talking about she got a bullet and them folk gonna shoot her, brother.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus, I'm gonna make sure when I go over there to do comedy, I ain't taking no props.
Listen, one of my kids recently went on a trip to Japan, and while they were going through customs, they realized that their passport actually had that they were a different sex. So I'm bugging. I'm like, oh my God, how I'm gonna get over there and get my child? You know what I mean? So, yeah,
I want to ask this question before y'all go.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all realized what's on your birth certificate? Like the earlier, you know, people that's been born lately got African American, whatever. I noticed mine has got Negro. And then my older sister and brother got colored.
Yeah, my grandmother's actually had mulatto.
Wow.
Yeah, my grandmother's had.
That was back in the day. They used to do that.
Yeah, because she was mixed. Yeah.
I read a story about a woman who portrayed herself as YT.
Well,
to her kids and everything, and when they found her original birth certificate, she was labeled as colored.
Oh yeah, when I started doing my family, my ancestry, and some of you, I would tell anybody, if you can, start looking at your ancestry, because a lot of us were told, like we were told that we were American Indian. We were told that. But then as I did my ancestry, I came to find out that it is like a very, very, very small percent. It's like 1% American Indian, but Caucasian, Scottish is what my family was, my grandmother. But what happened is, part of my grandmother's family, they actually started passing. And when I look at the tree, it has their name, and it has, literally, it says the white side and the black side. That's what's on the family tree, because they're doing their ancestry also, and we kind of ran into each other. Yeah, so passing was real, and with reason.
Y'all know I'm a comedian.
Thank you, babe.
Y'all know I'm a comedian, so I gotta say this. I think my mama had some Indian in her, because every time I turn around, I heard my dad say, "Hey ho."
Miss Arkansas is a mess. Miss Arkansas is a mess. JD said,
I gotta see you, because I didn't get to see you when you was here before, but I did watch y'all at the brunch. Y'all was jamming too.
Oh my God, Miss Arkansas is listen. Miss Arkansas is a good time, y'all. Miss Arkansas is a good time. Don't let these ages fool y'all. Miss Arkansas literally got down to the ground. Okay, to the ground. Miss Arkansas don't play. We go get her here next year for 716 weekend. JD said, laugh out loud. My dad used to say, better be good because I don't have bail money. Okay. Big shout out to everybody. Thank you, Happy Laugh, for joining. We start the Vette Green Show at 9 a.m. I want to thank my two co-hosts this morning. Yaya Boo, I love you, Queen. I love you. Thank you for filling my heart with what I needed this morning. Thank you to my sis, Miss Arkansas, for joining me this morning. I miss you. Thank you for the commentary. Thank you both also for being so open and honest about your journey and through loss, because it's real with me, y'all. It's really real with me. I miss my mom so much. And I'm going to just say this before and thank you so much, Ali. Y'all cannot wait to meet and hug you. So I'm laying on my couch Sunday. Just I'm unplugged from everything and my phone rings. And instantly I'm like, that's my mom. Oh my God. It floored me, y'all. It floored me. But on the bright side of things, I've seen so many signs let me know that my mom is very well, and she's so happy that I am doing so much better, and I'm going to continue to fight this fight, y'all. I'm going to continue to get up every day and do what it is that I need to do, but I'm also going to allow myself to recharge and replenish, because if you deal with mental health like I do, you sometimes you absorb a lot and you have to just woosah. So I love you, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you to everybody who listened to the Vette Green Show. I hope that you go ahead on Green Links Media and subscribe so that you can see the entire show on YouTube. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. regular scheduled time. Feel free, if anybody out there would like to join the live, raise your hand and let me know. Send me a message. Say, I'd like to join the live. You can join the live over here with me on YouTube and Facebook, or you can join the live over here with me on TikTok. This was nice. Yaya Boo just taught me about this the other day, and look at we did it.
Yeah. I was so happy that when I came home and I seen her in the box, I was like, yeah.
She's my trainer, y'all. Listen, this is how iron sharpens iron. A lot of times as women, we get a bad rep because we don't want to help each other. But Yaya Boo has been instrumental in helping me over here on TikTok. She just told me about this feature the other day, and lo and behold, I was able to do it. So I appreciate you, love. And thank you, everybody, for joining. I will see you all tomorrow at 9 a.m. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day on purpose, because we deserve it. I promise you that we deserve it. Have a great day, everybody.